and welcome back to Yoga with Colleen. Today we're going to be discussing the Arnie Dottier Occupational Therapy Neurobehavioral Assessment. The A1 assessment uses two scales, the Functional Independence ADL scale and the Neurobehavioral Impairment scale. To help you understand further, I recorded my routine this morning, which takes a deeper look into what each of these scales observes and how the A1 scale works. Oh, hey there! I just completed one of the 20 subsections in the ADL scale, Sit Up in Bed. Sit Up in Bed falls under the domain of transfer and mobility, which is one of the 5 domains in the ADL scale. These scales are used in the A1 assessment for individuals with neurocognitive disorders age 16 and up. It connects these neurobehavioral impairments to functional performance in activities of daily living. The A1 assessment is used by occupational therapists to plan goals and treatment sessions. It's a standardized assessment that uses a top-down approach. I just completed another one of the assessments, transfer from sitting. This is also under the transfer and mobility domain. A third part of the ADL scale is transferring to toilet. While I am completing these tasks, the occupational therapist would observe and score based on the 2 scoring scales. An additional domain is grooming and hygiene, and within that domain, a subsection is toilet hygiene. Also under grooming and hygiene, the occupational therapist would observe the client combing their hair. The 2 skills that are scored are the ADL scale and the NBI scale. The ADL scale is scored 0 to 4. 0 being full assistance, 1 being minimum to considerable assistance, 2 being verbal assistance, 3 being supervision assistance, and 4 being independent. For example, I would be scaled a 4 while I'm washing my face. The occupational therapist would also observe brushing teeth. In addition to the ADL scale used, they use a neurobehavioral impairment scale, the NBI scale. This is scored based on 0 to 4 as well. 0 meaning the patient is independent and they do not have a neurobehavioral impairment. 1 means they have a neurobehavioral deficit, but they can still perform independently. 2 means they have a deficit and they require verbal assistance. 3 means they have a deficit and they require minimal to moderate assistance. And 4 means that they're unable to perform the task due to their neurobehavioral deficit. The overall score is based on the effect that the neurobehavioral impairment has on the activity. Here I am demonstrating applying cosmetics. Here I will demonstrate the subsections in the domain of feeding, drinking water, eating with a spoon, eating with your hands, and cutting. This assessment overall has fairly easy administration, especially once the occupational therapist is familiar with it. Some additional strengths to this assessment are that it does not take very long to complete, approximately 25 minutes, and that it can also be completed on a large age range of individuals. Also, there is a short training course for occupational therapists to complete before they can administer this assessment, but besides that, there's not many materials you need for it. Some of these include what you use every single day, such as spoon, fork, plate, bowl, your toothbrush, pants, shirts, shoes, things of that sort. On the other hand, some weaknesses may include that this assessment can't be administered unless the occupational therapist takes the 3-day course. And in addition, if the client fatigues easy, it can be hard to complete the assessment. Still, this is considered to be a great assessment as it has been proven to be both reliable and valid. One of the last areas that the occupational therapist would observe is dressing, where the client would put on their pants, shirt, socks, and shoes. This is a very occupation-based assessment, which brings us to our framework connection of occupations using the activities of daily living. Overall, this assessment determines the degree to which an individual's neurocognitive impairments are affecting their everyday activities, while also allowing an occupational therapist to create functional goals. Now that I have my socks and shoes on, I'm ready to go to yoga. Welcome back! I wanted to wrap up by mentioning the final domain of the ADL scale, which is communication and can be assessed by the occupational therapist at any point. I hope you enjoyed learning all about the A1 assessment.